Hi guys, welcome back to another Craft With Me video. Today, we are going to do just something a little fun, super easy. What I'm going to be using is this die set that I bought from Amazon. Now I did check, and this one is called the Rectangle set. And this is just, I don't know what they call it. They called it some type of label, tag die or something like that. And so it comes with 4 different sizes, and this is what you get. So these are the sizes. And so what I did was I cut the frame and then I cut the back part entirely so that it has a backing. And we're just going to make them into some little photo tags, I guess. And this is what we're using. I did check online. I did double check to see if they still had this in stock on Amazon. They don't have the rectangular set, but they do have a square set, which is just like this, and it has the little loop thing here. And so the dies that I think are similar to this, I will link down below because it says that they don't know when it's going to come back in stock. But if you have any other type of little tag die that you want to use that. But I will suggest other ones in the description box. So along with this, I am going to be using some photos. So you can use whatever little stash you have. These I actually bought from eBay a while back that I just kind of been hoarding. So I thought I can use some of those. And then I'm also using, you can use the Photobooth for the smaller ones. Here's the what is it, the Photomatic, which are the bigger ones. And then you also have the Found Relatives, which are even bigger than that. So I'm probably going to be using some of those as well. I'm also using my Crocodile along with, these are the mini, I guess they're mini brads from, I think they're from Holtz. And these have like the little screw looking top to them. I don't know if you could tell. But I'm using some of those. I'm going to use some of my eyelets, both small and large, depending on what size tag we're using. And let's see what else. I brought out the inks is Scorched Timber and Vintage Photo. I'm using both of those. I also brought out my Crackle paste, translucent. Now, I'm putting it on just because I like the kind of glossy, kind of rough finish, if that makes sense, but it doesn't crackle. So I don't know if it's just me or if I just got like a bad batch, but this is not crackling. I used it maybe like 4 different times just to kind of see, and it's not crackling. Not like the other opaque one that does. That one definitely crackles, but this one, it hasn't been crackling for me. But either way, I'm still putting it on. And I'm also using my texture paste, and let's see, just kind of for show, I'm using my Cello sticker tape. And I did bring out some of my stencils. Not sure if I'm going to use those or not, but for sure your heat gun and just any little fun little doodads that you want to use just to kind of decorate it a little bit more. So let me kind of get these things out of the way, and let's get started on this part of it. Now let's do a big one, and then we'll kind of see if we have time to do all of the sizes so that you can kind of see. I'm just trying to make them look grungy and using up my photos that I have, my black and whites, and I do have a sheet that I'm kind of using just to kind of gather all of the dust and everything, because I'm also going to be sanding it down. I actually cut these out with the Tim Holtz craft paper, and so if you sand it down, it actually looks super cool because it'll show off some of the craft paper underneath it. And so I'm sanding this down all the way around, and then we're going to ink it, and then I'm just adding like little pieces of the texture paste kind of around different areas of it, and then drying that off just to kind of make it look old and used. But this is just a fun little fun little super easy project just to kind of use up your stash. I've had this die for a while now and I just never used it, and so I was kind of going through my stash and trying to see what I could come up with, and I started off making something else, but they kind of look too much like the what are they, like the specimen slides. I didn't want to go that route, not with this. And so then I started bringing out different things, and you know, it just kind of builds from there. And so this is what came out of it, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just going to wipe this down just a little bit, and then I'm going to ink it. So I'm going to use my little blending brush here and use the darker one since this is a darker paper, and I'm just going to ink around it. I feel like it's easier with this to blend the ink in with the brush than it is to actually use the little daubers, because it's so thin it kind of keeps, you know, falling out of my hand, or I start to wrinkle it up. So we're just gonna kind of go around it, inking it a little bit. And you can also, you maybe distress it a little with your paper distresser, but we're gonna leave it just like this, and then I'm just gonna go around. And I'm not actually going to do anything to the back part, but let's just do this. So like that, you kind of get more of a grunge look to it. You see that? I like that. Okay, now from here, I am going to use my texture paste. Let me just kind of mix this up a little bit, and then just a tiny bit is what you need, like literally nothing. And I'm just going to go off to the sides and just kind of add just little bits here and there, cleaning off around the edges. So just spackling it on. That's pretty much all I'm going to do, is just adding just a little bit of texture around the edges. Nothing is going to waste here. So let me just get a tiny bit more. See, very, very rough, because I'm eventually going to ink it. And so I just want it to look very old, very rough looking. There. Okay. Now I'm going to clean off my brush, my little spackle little thing here. Close this off. And I'm going to let that dry while I start preparing to see which photo. Unfortunately, with this bigger die, now I don't know if you have one like this size, but for me, I have to look for one that comes in my little stash here because it's too big, and I need one that's kind of right side up because of that little tag. So let's see if I find something. I should have probably looked for it before I started going through. But let's see if I have anything. It has to be right side up, like this way. Like, what is it? Vertical. So these, I think, are still too... Oh, this one works. How cute is that? That one works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the back and then just kind of see how much I need to trim. So here I'm just going to trim from the bottom. Just a tiny bit from the bottom. So let me see. Let me get my bigger scissors for this. Okay, let me just kind of straighten this out a little bit, and then we can move forward. And because this is glossy, I'm okay with it because we're gonna add like texture over it anyway, but I am going to roughen it up in a couple spots. So with what I'm doing is I'm not going like round in circles. See how that kind of looks? I love it. And so just in little spots, I'm going in one direction first, and then I'm gonna go sideways. So I'm going up and down and then sideways. So let's do another one right here, up and down, and then we'll go sideways. Okay, I'm gonna wipe that off camera, and then just kind of dust that off a little bit. Now, what I'm gonna do is I want to get the vintage photo, and again, another little blending brush, and I'm just gonna go over those spots right there. And then I'm actually going to go over it again with the glossy texture. It's going to smear it a little bit, but that's okay. I want it to look very grungy, but it's still going to have like that gloss on it. So it's kind of cool looking. So you'll see. I'm just going to grab it with my finger and then just kind of rub it all the way around. Just like cream. We're just going to rub it in. And unfortunately it doesn't crackle, but it's fine. I still kind of like that messy look of the gloss over it. So we are going to have to get out the heat gun for this and make sure that I have everything dry before I start putting it together. And for this, so that I won't warp my mat underneath it, I'm gonna put another cutting mat that I really don't care for anymore. It's already old and warped anyway. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to dry this off. See if that's almost, yep. Now I'm just gonna go in and make sure that this is already dry. So let me just do this really quick. All right, they're both good. So let's move this out of the way. And I even tried like doing this to see if maybe this will help it crackle, but no, I don't know what's going on. It's just a glossy, can you see that? This is still a little bit wet underneath it, but it'll dry clear. But I just kind of like the you know, the kind of rugged look of that. I am going to bring this back out because I do want to maybe use the vintage photo to kind of go around here. See? I feel like it highlights a little bit more our little spackling here. And then just ink this up a little bit. That look cool. Love that. Now we can add this to here. So I'm going to add glue to the back. Making sure that I get all of the corners. And then putting this right in the center. Pressing down because it did curl a little bit. So we're just going to press down. Now this paper is inked a little bit. You can probably see on some of the other ones because I used this kind of to spray another project. And so I didn't want that paper to go to waste. It was nice craft paper. So I just cut it up and using it for the backings of this. Even though the back is fine, but whatever. Now we can add this. Let me see if maybe I can I ink a little bit this white part? Not sure how well it'll get because of the gloss over it, but I just kind of want to get a little bit of this white out. And then put this on top. Yeah, see, that looks better. So now I'm going to put glue on here. Let me make sure that I don't have any glue on the back so that it sits pretty even around the picture. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to even it up on the top mainly to make sure that I have this little loop right where it needs to be. Because if the loop is right on the money, then I know the rest of it is too. So I'm just going to press that down a little bit. Pressing down all the corners. See, look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Was I off camera? See, I like that. Now, we're still going to add a few finishing touches to this. So that's where this comes in. And let me get my bigger set and see which ones I want to use. Let's do, should we do black? Or like that pewter color? Let's do that. So let's get about 3. So let's get a few of these and maybe punch a hole. Maybe let's do it off this side right here. So we're going to do the bigger punch. Kind of one next to the other. See, that's going to look cool. And then if we wanted to dangle something on it, then we have the space for it, or the little loop. So I didn't change this, so let me change this. Put these back in, and then put these, gotta set these down. There. See? Now, sorry, my nose is still, I don't have that much of a cough anymore, but I still get that runny nose every now and then. Is that weird? I do want to add, and I've been adding them to my other ones, and I'll show you those once we're done here. But I have been adding like these little, I got these from Temu and they were just random. And I think that these are meant for like bracelets because it has the two little things here. But I have some that I was just like, what am I supposed to do with these? Like literally. This is cute to put best friend. Aw, that's cute, right? Or let's see. I don't know if my little eyelets will work on this one because it does have it's like a square. So let me see. I'm going to try to see if I can flatten this out a little bit with my thumb because it's more at an angle. It has like a little arch to it. So I'm trying to flatten it out. Yeah, I think that's good enough. And then we can put this down here. And then all we'll do is attach it with, see, doesn't that look cute? I'm just going to mark it with my pen. Or, let me see, I can do it with my awl. Let me make sure that I have it pretty centered. And then, is it centered? Maybe about there. And then I'll just poke a hole here. And then poke a hole on this side. Then we can make them a little bit deeper or bigger. And we'll see. We'll see what size we need in order to keep it down. Oh, darn it. I went all the way through. That was dumb. There's still space, so I'm going to try. Let's see. Might still work. Okay, let's try. It's kind of a medium size. It's not super teeny tiny, but they're kind of medium. So let's see if these will work. Try to get them into the little hole here. Yeah. Now we'll do the other side. There. It'll work. So now I'm just going to open them up and then flatten them down. Now, if you don't want these to show in the back, you know, this or this, then you can do it before you add on the back. But I don't mind it. And then let's put a little piece of this tape. Let's see. I think I need a longer one because it's a long one. So let's do this one. Maybe put this down here. Doesn't that look cool? Maybe another one. Put a little one up at the top. Let's do this one. This one. Definitely going to have to be ordering some more of these. See? Woohoo! That looks so cool. Then, we can add a little charm. I have these little things. I think I got these from Temu. We'll put Dream. And we'll do this with the little bowl pin and add this here. See? Doesn't it look cute? Let's do one more. So there's one. Let's do a small one. Do we want to do an itty bitty, or do we want to do... I'm trying to see if I want to do a small one. Let's do this size, even though it's purple too, but that's okay. We'll do this size. I need my... So we're just going to do the same thing. It's the same process. Let's just roughen this up a little bit. Probably sanding in one direction is probably the way to go. Okay. So now we can go in with this. Let me close this up since we're not going to be gluing in a minute. So these are just fun little ways that you can use up your little photos. So now let's see. I don't know if, I think this size, which is the Photomatic. See, now we can do these girls and put best friends. That would be cute. See, they'll fit perfect here. So let's cut off the edges first, and then we'll go from there. And looks like, yeah, looks like that's perfect. I'm just going to round the edges just so that I feel like it kind of matches up with the frame. But see, look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So now that we have that, we're going to use our little texture paste. Now again, using the tiniest bit, just putting them in random little pieces, little spots. There. Let me just clean off the edges here. Close us up. And I know I'm going to put that plastic wrap on it in case anybody starts to tell me. Okay, we're going to let this dry. So let's go ahead and work on this part of it. And again, I'm going to sand this down. Maybe just in the corners here. And then we can use Vintage Photo to distress that a little bit. Just blending that up just a tiny bit. Then I'm going to go in with the, I'm just going to call it translucent paste because it does not crackle. I saw somebody else use it. I don't remember who it was, but I saw someone else using it and using it over, you know, pictures. And I thought, ooh, that'll be a really cool idea. And I hadn't tried it out yet until last night. But now that I'm using it, I'm like, what's happening? It's not crackling. And it says apply paste to surface with a palette knife and allow to dry. Nope. But palette knife, finger, to me it's all the same. Let me go ahead and dry this down. I think that's about right. Yeah. Now let me just dry this off really quick just to make sure that it's nice and dry before I start to ink over it. I think that's good. I didn't use my mat underneath it. No, it's fine. It's not hot. I do need this so that I can ink it now. We're gonna go in with Vintage Photo again. Just very old and grungy. That's what we're looking for. Now we can add this to this. Put it right in the center. Add this right in the middle. Luckily it has like these grooves, kind of like these indentations on the inside, so you can kind of see where the middle is, so that's easier for me at least. Then we can add this. Making sure I get the corners. Adding this right on top. I love it. It looks like they've been kind of through the mud, and I think that this whole grunge look is super cool. But you still get a little bit of the shine from the gloss, the glossy accent on the top. Can you see? I just think it looks fun. Then we can add this down here. See? Best friend. So let me kind of flatten this out a little bit. Good enough. I think I have, yeah. So we'll do that like this. So let's put this down and then add the holes here. Now carefully widen the holes, slowly but surely. Making sure you don't poke yourself from behind. Putting light pressure, and I'm just wiggling it around just a tiny bit. So let me open this just a tiny bit more. Okay, now I have these. We're gonna keep everything silver with this one. Then we can add this here. I just thought that these little plaques were cute. I actually didn't even know what to use them on because I wasn't gonna make bracelets with them. But I kept trying to look through my stash to see what else I can add. And when I saw these, I go, oh, wouldn't that be cute to add like a little plaque or something on the bottom of these little pictures, these little portraits. I just thought it'd be fun. So again, just pressing them down, making sure that they're nice and flat on the back. And then we can add maybe a couple little ones here, the eyelets. So let's add one here right at the corner. Just two. We're just going to add two to this one. I get a lot of questions about these little mini eyelets, and I got them from Hobby Lobby forever ago. So I wouldn't really tell you, I couldn't tell you where exactly to get some more. I know that they sell them on Amazon. You just need to make sure that you get the size that you need. And I kind of go by this. So this one, let's see. The smaller size says it's 1/8. And so you would look for eyelets that fit 1/8. But again, I did not switch this back over. So let's do that. And then put these in. Then we can add a silver one of these. And then we can add a little silver dangle. And this one, let's see. We can put forever, so like best friends forever. That would be cute. So keeping everything silver. Sorry if you hear some noise. My son and my husband, I can hear that they're just getting home from work. So let's do it this way because, wait, no. This wasn't in the right position. Am I doing this right? I still didn't do it right. What is going on? Why? What's happening? Okay, I'm doing it this way. Doesn't it go? I did not have this problem with the first one, so why am I having problems now, right? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? What is going on? Should we try this again? If this does not work. Oh my gosh, there it is. Wow, that was, yeah. I had a moment. But there it is. There you go. Let's put a little strip of this. Let's put a tiny one up here on the top. That's cute. Should we do another one here on the bottom? Let's do one of these. You know, Tim says, don't hoard it, use it. But I think because he wants us to buy more. And guess what? It works. Oh, yeah. All right. There it is. There you go. So here's this. You can decorate the back if you'd like, but I'm just more about the front right now. So here's the one that we did right now. And then we did this one. Isn't that cute? Then, oh wait, I didn't add little tidbits to this. Like this one, I wanted to add maybe like a little paper clip to it, just to add some more, because you know me, more is never enough. And then I have these little mini, I can put it like this kind of paper clip on here. That'd be cute too, right? So there's these, okay? And then I also made this one. Now this is a teeny tiny one, and you can see I used the little brads for this. So there's this one. And then I made this one last night. See, this one I did add a little bit of the stenciling on there just to kind of see how it worked, but not bad. And then I have this one, and this is another one of those game piece dangles that we made together the last time. If you missed this one, then I'll try to remember to link that video down below. And again, I did a little bit of stenciling on that. And then I made this one. And this one, instead of adding like a dangle or something, I just added a piece of ribbon and tied that on there, which I thought was kind of fun too. So there they are. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a lot of fun to make. Probably end up making more just to kind of keep in my stash, but they're fun. And I just thought that this might be fun little project to use up our pictures and to just kind of have a little bit of fun with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.